And we're with Stevie Ocean, catching up after the St Lawrence hustings. Stevie, one thing I want to ask you about is one of the candidates argued with the constable to say that a certain member of the public wasn't allowed to ask a question. What can you tell us about that?
Well, that was Mary, and Josh the previous night at the previous hustings did pose a question, and it turned out to be the same question as he posed last night. But the situation is that Josh is actually a parishioner of that parish. And so he had every right to do so, and I couldn't really see any problem. So a question is duplicated in two different parishes, one that he's actually attended which is not his parish, and one that he has where he is. I don't see a problem with that.
And I mean, is there any provision for candidates to disallow questions from members of the audience?
It depends if they're directly. Yes, there are stipulations that if it's got to be across the board and open.
Right.
There are no questions directed at a particular candidate because that's unfair. And it's it could be an advantage or a disadvantage on how they answer the question. So the questions are across the board, and we have to answer across the board.
So if you'd answered the question the night before, surely coming up with an answer was much easier.
Well, that's what I thought so as well. I can't understand it, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
As for the midterm financial plan, well, as I said last night, I had a quick screen of this thing, a very quick scan. And to believe it or not, you need an IQ of over 200 to understand it. Mine is a mere 122. And so, if I sat down and read that plan, it would probably take me about 6 months to understand it, let alone anything else. It doesn't make any sense. And so wonder everybody looks at the back like they do a book to see how it finishes, because they can't really digest what's in it. And unfortunately, with Brexit and everything else, it's going to change. Nothing can be written in stone anymore until we know where we're going.
So do you think the government deliberately puts out more, do you think the government deliberately makes these things more complicated than they need to in order to hide the information that they don't want you to find out?
Well, if it's what you call subliminal cuts, I don't even think that'll work, because I don't think half the government know exactly what's in there anyway. They say they do, but I think if you question them, they'd probably be on the same lines as what I am. We don't understand a bloody word.
Thank you very much, Stevie.
Thank you very much.